So in the middle of at home here, we're looking around. Been seeing those Halloween leaks. This is what our store has, and they didn't have this like a week ago. But I mean, still, that's a flex when people sell their stuff in their stores. I don't like the bluey physique they're going for, but 35 bucks. They were like 30 bucks last year, so Snoopy on a pumpkin, that kind of reminds me of the older ones. Yeah, it should be 35 bucks. Snoopy's 35 bucks as well. Or no, that's not Snoopy, that's Stitch. This is gonna sell quite well because of that new movie. There's also Big Bluey, 7 feet tall. Or no, I think that's like the dad, I don't know, they all look the same. That's like a 7 foot. This is actually my first inflatable I got at one of these places. It's the same price, I believe, so nice. And then there's this dog. Interesting. And then there's all these pumpkins. They're alright. Been around forever, though. Got weird. They always just did too much of this vibe, I think. They always just leaned way too much into the witchcraft idea. But then here is baby eaglets, I guess, as skeletons. Something like that, baby birds. They just call it a bird nest. That's weird. But yeah, that's an interesting item. 8 bucks, not too tariff infused. This, I guess, is like an animated clock. It's real, whatever you call that, fiberglass though. LED 2 ghost set, 80 bucks. That is definitely affected in price. A bunch of weird looking paintings, and then we got a T-Rex skull. I think that's really cool. 20 bucks, not too bad. It's just a big ol' dinosaur. But I mean, that's kind of all they had. They had a Thanksgiving inflatable over there. I'm not gonna show it though. And then a ghost dog. But you know, hopefully this place gets those animatronics, that pop-up pumpkin guy, the new Dapper skeleton, which this one never did. Never even got the 12-footers except for the Reaper though. And hopefully it gets that cello playing guy. He looks really cool. But let's see if they get those probably in coming weeks. But so far we got inflatables and some skulls. So that's pretty cool. Hopefully this gives us more to come in the coming weeks and months. This is kind of a late show up in this store. They had a lot more a couple years ago. They had like a whole row. But this place and Joann usually have the most. But Joann has been top this year because they're out. But yeah, hopefully. Oh yeah, you can see, guys. Look, they had to put these on because I think they were going to put certain prices, but then they last minute had to put tariff infused ones. But yeah, hopefully, if you didn't hear, this place has filed for severe bankruptcy, and they're closing some stores, but you gotta expect them to drop like flies later this year. So yeah, hopefully your store's loaded with all this before all of them have to go. Just like Party City, Big Lots, Kmart, Toys R Us, Joann, all of them. For everything horror, this is ABC Halloween.